Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Shoshana, and I want to talk a little bit about what happens when you let go. When you let go of trying to make things happen in a certain way, in a specific way. So, have you ever had those moments that there's a helicopter over there? Have you ever had those moments where you are in the moment and you say something and you have no idea where it came from? You're like, where did that come from? How did I know that? Or somebody asks you, how did you know that? How do you know that? And you have no idea of where it came from, but you know it to be true. Or when you are trying and trying and trying to make movement in your life and make something happen, and you're uh, uh, seeking validation, or seeking a new idea, or searching for yourself, or looking for opportunities. And when you completely release and let go, the things that come into your life that completely change your life, they come in from completely unexpected places, or avenues that you could have never even imagined. The life-changing events usually happen when you least expect it, and they're usually not in the direction that you thought that you were headed, and they come um, in places that you could have never imagined, and you could have never purposefully made it happen. And typically, those things kind of come in when you finally do release trying to force your life down a certain route, or they come in from a completely unexpected place where you would have never thought of looking. Or you get up in the morning, you get dressed, and you leave the house intending on going somewhere, and something happens, or you meet somebody, or um, a situation presents itself, and the series of events happen in such a way that you could have never planned it or tried to make it happen. And those events are like life changing. You meet somebody, and from that point, your life will never be the same. And you could have never imagined it happen. You could have never made it happen. You could have never even known that it could happen. And when we release control, and I'm not saying that just sit on the couch and let things happen. We do have to create movement in our life, but release the expectation of how things need to be. Because if we have to force things to be a certain way, and it's not happening with flow. Because when you are going down the right path, you know it, because everything flows, everything works out, everything you have ideas, you're inspired, everything moves accordingly, even if you do have some setbacks along the way. Because everything that we are doing, we're going to have places where we have to figure out the next step, or something that we can perceive as a setback. But I'm talking about if we're trying to push towards something that is out of alignment with who we are and what we are, it will feel out of alignment. You will know, because it will be hard going. It won't be smooth. Nothing will be working out. And then and not only is it not working out, you're also uninspired. You're doing it out of pure determination and difficulty. Whereas when you are aligned with your purpose, with your soul purpose, or aligned with the universe, aligned with cause and effect, aligned with something that is in sync with you, it will happen more with a flow and easy, and the problem solving will be simple. And not only will it be simple, you'll be inspired to continue down that route. So it's really finding that balance of you have to kind of figure it out and feel it out for yourself, but you will be able to, if you open up your intuition, you will be able to notice the difference. And know that there is a divine guidance. There is a divine intelligence that created us, that we came from. And this divine intelligence is flowing through us and all around us, and we are connected to it continuously forever, and can never be different. We can not be separate from the all. We are part of it. We are our own self, our body, our life experience, our life is of this divine intelligence. So we are always guided, and we are always guided and protected. And we don't have to do this alone. Um, the universe wants for our success, because our success is also the success of all. And so when we can completely understand this and grasp this, we can kind of release control. And that's when magic starts happening. That's when you find these synchronicities, or the right people are led to you at the right time, things that you could have never imagined, could have never forced. And if you are trying to force your life down a certain path, you are leading yourself away from that natural intuition. Yeah, opportunities and possibilities could show up in your life, and you would be so strong set and so focused on this other path that you're trying to force yourself down, that you would not even have the opportunity to notice the opportunities. They could be right there in your face, and if you are completely narrow minded, or eyesight, you won't see them. You won't see them as an option, because you're so set on this other route that you think that you have to fulfill. And so when we can, of course, move ourselves in the direction of inspired, right? Of our inspirations and aspirations, and things that we feel passionate about, and things that move us emotionally, and that excite us, and that we can feel aligned with our higher self, even if we don't quite have figured out or solved what our purpose is, or where we are supposed to be. That is kind of like, you start moving in the direction of what feels better, and it will slowly, you will shift into alignment, perfect alignment with your inner self, because our inner selves are piled so deep with programming and conditioning from our childhood, from throughout our whole lives, from different traumas that we have gone through, expectations of us, emotional baggage that we're carrying from childhood, or even non-emotional baggage. We're not allowed to feel our emotions, and everything is so bottled up in there that we can't even recognize what is ours and what isn't ours anymore. We think that what the programming is us. And when we start removing these layers of the falseness that is put on us, the expectations, the beliefs of who I think I am, once we start removing those, then our inner self is in there. Our inner self will start shining out. And through our emotions of how we feel about things, not, we're set, we go to school and they say, okay, go be a doctor, a lawyer, or this or that, do something practical that you'll be able to make money at, the praise the money. And even in religions, there's praise the money. That when and we're programmed to believe that we have to do something practical. But in society, there is a need for everything. There is a need for, in the villages back in the day, in times of the villages, then there was the seamstress, and there was the firekeeper, and there was the hunter, and there was the gatherer, and there was the medicine woman, and there was the elders, and the smart ones, and there were the builders, and there was a need for everyone. And what you are naturally drawn to do is what you will be the best at. So if you are naturally an artist and you're pushing yourself to be a doctor or lawyer, you will never be the best doctor or lawyer. Whereas if you let go and allow yourself to follow your emotions to what makes you feel better, first of all, slowly you will remove all those expectations and things that you're even expecting from yourself, right? Because when we're children, We have those parents and school and society's expectations on us. And then as we're let to go off into adulthood, we carry that with us and it becomes our expectations of ourselves. And if we don't fulfill those things, then we feel like we aren't worthy or that we're not okay or there's something wrong with us. Everybody else can do it. Why can't I do it? Well, maybe because you're in the wrong place, that if you just adjust and move over to this space, then you will be the best at it. Because if you have a tendency to be an artist and you're trying to be a lawyer, you're never going to be the best lawyer. Whereas if you move over into artistry, you would be the best at whatever it is that you personally have a gift in doing, and nobody else can do it like you. Absolutely nobody else can do your gift that you were God given to do, what you are naturally um, inspired and gifted with, because you are the only one of you. You're the only one that can fulfill you. And so when you let go and you allow yourself to be you, you will be the absolute best at it in the whole world. And you can rest assured that there is a purpose for it. Otherwise, it wouldn't exist. What there is no purpose for doesn't exist in nature. It falls out of nature. And so if you are in existence, there is a need and a purpose for whatever your gift naturally is. And as you start following your emotions and shifting, slowly all those expectations start falling off and you'll start seeing that you'll start getting more and more and more clarity. And if you, during the spiritual awakening, if you look back to even a year ago where you were and where you are now, you can see that, if you've been doing the work and this, it's inevitable. If you're on a spiritual awakening, you are awakening. It is inevitable. Your spirit wants to come out. Your soul wants to receive expression in this lifetime. So it is pushing its light through. You can't be anything other than you. You can be you with a whole bunch of topical behaviors that you create on top of you, but you're still you and it's still shining through. So you can be a distorted filter of you. Holding yourself back in certain places, being shy. And when you are shy of who you are being shy of God essence. You're being embarrassed of something that is not even yours to be embarrassed of. You are of the all. It's like saying, it's absurd because you are divine. You have this magnificent body and personality and fingers and capabilities and abilities, and to see like, oh, I'm not good enough. How could you are of creation? You are of God. God created you. You are of God. You are a part of God. You are part of everything that is around. So it's like saying a part of nature isn't perfect. Every part of nature is perfect. It's like saying this flower, nope, it's not perfect. It just seems silly when you think about it. And if we are doing the same things to ourselves, which we are conditioned to do, to believe that we're not enough, to believe that we have to be a certain way, to believe that others are better than me, to believe that I'm unaccepted or don't belong, it's ludicrous. And if you are in existence, you are divine and there is purpose for you and you have your own natural gift and talent to bring forward. So you can trust in that. You can trust in that. You are sunshine. And so when you allow yourself to let go and you just relieve yourself and release, it's like you will see that magic begins to happen. And in any case, things are going to come into your life that you have no control over. And that is where you have opportunity to rise to the occasion. It's like all these life-changing events that come into your life, you could have never made them happen. And it is full grace. It is full um, divine timing and divine guidance. And so it's also like when you let yourself off the hook and all of a sudden you say something that you have no idea where it came from. You're like, where did that come from? How did I even know that? Or sometimes I look back at things that I wrote a few years ago. I'm like, what? I wrote this? Where did that come from? Or how could I even have that knowledge? And then you realize that we are all bringing forth. It's like channeling. When we let ourselves go and we stop trying to force things, the natural flow of whatever our gift is begins to flow through us by nature. When we are holding, we are preventing it from shining through. So the work, all of the spiritual work, is in letting go. It's in letting go of it's in breaking away all those masks, because the real you, the authentic you, is always there. You don't have to search for the authentic you. You just have to remove what isn't you, and you are there. And so it's a lot simpler than we think. We don't need to be searching, what is my purpose, searching outside of us. We need to just go inward and do the inner work and remove those layers and remove that conditioning. And also trusting in yourself to find that fine line. There's a fine line. And there is a real knowing when you get to the essence of yourself. And when you are able to remove all of that, your true purpose and your true you will naturally flow to the surface, and naturally you will be led and guided slowly but surely into where you need to be. So you don't need to make it all happen on your own. Your most important work is your internal spiritual work, your internal work of letting go. What is me? What isn't me? What is this belief? Becoming aware, becoming quiet, coming into yourself and coming into every moment with um, purpose and with awareness. Why am I thinking this thought? Why am I saying this sentence? Becoming still, and in every moment becoming very aware of what you're doing, not just trying to hurry it up and get it over with, and I'm doing dishes now. If you're doing dishes, be aware of what you're doing. If you, whatever you are doing, become present in it and do it with purpose, and be present. And because when you are in your mind and you're in a hurry, when you're doing something and you're in a hurry for the next thing, because I have to hurry up, do this thing because the next thing's coming, and you're already in your mind at the next thing, you're bypassing your life. And not only are you bypassing your life, whatever you're doing right now, you're not doing to the best of your ability, and you're not doing it with awareness. And so it's like you're cheating yourself out of your own quality of life, or cheating yourself out of your own life, because you're already somewhere else. You're not present in your life in any given moment. And so your whole life is bypassing you while you are somewhere else in your mind. So sending you guys so much love. If you would like to schedule a session with me personally, so we can look at whatever it is that you're going through and get some perspective, then my contact information is below. I would love to do that with you. So sending you guys so much love. Thank you for watching.